Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel Expensive Coins. Here, we dive into the most valuable and sought-after treasures in the coin world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and stay with us until the very end, because today we're uncovering 3 coins from France that are not just pieces of metal, but pieces of history that could transform your fortune. These coins, sometimes silver, sometimes scarred with time, sometimes in dirty condition, have become major players in the collector's market. If you are a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of world currency, then this video is made for you. So, let's get started. First up, the 1950 French 20 francs coin is one of those legendary pieces that lives in the imagination of collectors around the world. At first glance, it may appear to be a simple coin from mid-20th century France, but beneath its golden surface lies a legacy of history, artistry, and unimaginable value in today's market. For those lucky enough to hold one in their hands, it is not just a coin, it is a ticket to fortune, a treasure capable of changing lives overnight. This coin was born in the aftermath of World War II, a time when France was striving to rebuild, re-establish its identity, and inject pride into its people. The 20 francs 1950 represents resilience, national strength, and a desire to remind the world that French artistry and craftsmanship had not been diminished by the hardships of war. Even its design carries that spirit, a blend of elegance and strength, captured in every curve and line. In terms of physical characteristics, the coin has a diameter of 27 millimeters, a thickness of around 2 millimeters, and a weight of approximately 8 grams. It was struck from an aluminum-bronze alloy, giving it a distinct golden color that set it apart from the more ordinary coins of its era. This metal choice not only gave it durability but also a shine that made it feel valuable, even to everyday citizens at the time. The obverse of the coin features the unmistakable portrait of Marianne, the national symbol of liberty and reason in France. With her determined gaze and Phrygian cap, Marianne embodies freedom, resilience, and democracy. This powerful imagery reminded citizens of France's enduring ideals, even in times of difficulty. For collectors, this symbol elevates the coin far beyond its face value, making it a work of art as well as currency. On the reverse, the 1950 20 francs carries the inscription of its denomination alongside a stunning arrangement of wheat ears and an olive branch, representing agriculture, prosperity, and peace. These details are not random. They are carefully chosen symbols of hope and renewal for a nation rising from the ashes of war. Every tiny element of the design adds to its desirability in the modern collector's market. But what truly makes the 1950 issue so special is its rarity. Unlike ordinary circulating coins that survived in the millions, the 20 francs 1950 is scarce in top condition. Many were lost, worn out in daily trade, or melted down. To find one today with sharp details, full luster, and minimal wear is like stumbling upon buried treasure. And when these pristine examples appear at auctions, they spark fierce bidding wars. Over the years, stories have circulated of lucky individuals who discovered one of these coins tucked away in an old drawer, inside a family inheritance, or even hidden in jars of forgotten change. Imagine the shock of realizing that a small golden-looking coin could be worth millions of dollars in today's high-end market. This is not fantasy. It is the reality of how valuable such rare specimens have become. The coin market thrives on rarity, condition, and demand, and the 20 francs 1950 ticks all 3 boxes with extraordinary force. Collectors see it as a crown jewel, historians view it as a relic of France's rebirth, and investors treat it as a golden opportunity. When all these forces collide, the price of the coin climbs to unimaginable heights, sometimes reaching levels that could truly make someone a millionaire, or even a billionaire, overnight. Another layer of fascination comes from the fact that not every 20 francs 1950 is the same. Some pieces were struck with slight variations, faint errors, or unique characteristics in the die. These tiny imperfections, invisible to the casual observer, are golden tickets for seasoned collectors. A single error coin from this year could multiply its value exponentially, pushing its worth into legendary territory. Even coins that show age, those with tarnish, scratches, or what collectors lovingly call a dirty condition, are highly prized. In fact, some argue that this worn look tells a deeper story, making the coin more authentic, more alive with the spirit of history. These imperfect survivors often become the centerpiece of personal collections, a constant reminder of how ordinary change can turn into extraordinary fortune. The 20 francs 1950 also stands as a symbol of French artistry in coinage. Long before modern minting technologies, Engravers poured their creativity into every detail, ensuring that each strike was not only functional but beautiful. Holding this coin is like holding a miniature sculpture, crafted with as much care as any work of fine art. That artistry is one reason why collectors never stop chasing it. For many enthusiasts, the dream of finding a 1950 20 francs coin is what fuels their passion. It represents the ultimate what if. What if you stumbled upon one in your old collection? What if it appeared in a flea market box? What if that tiny piece of forgotten metal could change your life forever? That dream is what keeps this coin alive in stories, in legends, and in auctions where its price climbs higher and higher. It is important to remember that not all coins from 1950 will make someone rich. Condition is key, rarity is key, and collector demand is the engine driving it all. But when the stars align, when the coin is pristine, rare, and desired, it transforms into something more than a collector's item. It becomes a once-in-a-lifetime chance, a golden passport to fortune. In today's world, where fortunes rise and fall overnight in markets and digital assets, the 1950 French 20 francs remains a timeless reminder of real, tangible wealth hidden in history. Unlike paper, unlike promises, a coin like this holds weight, shine, and permanence. It is a treasure not just of money, but of meaning. So, if you ever come across the 1950 20 francs coin from France, don't dismiss it as ordinary. It could be the very coin that carries unimaginable value, one that holds the power to change your life forever. Don't spend it at face value, don't let it slip through your fingers, because in today's collector's market, this little golden disc may just be your doorway to a fortune beyond imagination. Next. The 1957 5 Pesetas coin is one of the most iconic and desirable pieces of European mid-20th century currency. At first sight, it may look like a modest silver-colored coin from the Franco era of Spain, but collectors know it is far more than that. This coin has captured the imagination of treasure hunters across the globe because of its rarity, its beauty, and the extraordinary values it commands when the right example reaches today's market. Physically, the coin is a robust piece of currency. It has a diameter of 23 millimeters, a thickness of around 2 millimeters, and weighs approximately 5.7 grams. It was struck from an aluminum-bronze alloy in some issues, but the famous and most valuable 1957 editions were minted in 75% silver, giving them a distinctive shine and weight that collectors immediately recognize. The metallic composition alone made it a step above ordinary pocket change, and today, that choice of material makes it a rare survivor from a transitional age of coinage. The obverse of the 1957 5 pesetas carries the powerful portrait of Francisco Franco, the Spanish head of state at the time. His stern profile, facing right, is surrounded by the inscription Francisco Franco Caudillo de España por la G de Dios, meaning Francisco Franco, leader of Spain, by the grace of God. This isn't just a portrait, it's a stamp of an era, a bold image meant to show power, order, and national pride. For modern collectors, it is also a historical marker of a controversial chapter in Spain's story. Flip the coin over, and the reverse design bursts into life with the Spanish coat of arms. A crown shield featuring castles, lions, chains, and pomegranate blossoms is flanked by the Pillars of Hercules with their legendary motto, Plus Ultra, meaning further beyond. This phrase embodies Spain's age of exploration and conquest, reminding everyone of the nation's once global empire. The artistry and symbolism etched into the coin's surface elevate it to the status of a miniature masterpiece. What sets the 1957 issue apart is that the date stamped on the coin doesn't always tell the full story. While 1957 is the visible date on every piece, tiny numbers known as star dates hidden in the design actually reveal the year of mintage. Only a few of these variations are extremely rare, especially those struck in the earliest production runs, and these have gone on to sell for astronomical sums in auctions. For collectors, chasing these secret variations is like unlocking a code to untold wealth. Over decades, millions of 5 pesetas circulated throughout Spain, but most were heavily worn down by daily use. That is why finding a 1957 piece in brilliant uncirculated condition is like unearthing a buried diamond. The shine, the sharpness of Franco's profile, the crisp detail in the coat of arms, these are the factors that send the value of the coin skyrocketing into the realm of millions. Stories abound of people finding one of these coins in old family collections, dusty boxes, or forgotten piggy banks, only to discover later that it was worth more than their house. Imagine holding a simple silver coin in your palm, only to learn that it could make you a millionaire overnight. This is the magic that the 1957 5 pesetas carries with it, the thrill of unexpected fortune. The coin also has a certain cultural power. It is a relic from the post-war years, when Spain was isolated politically yet struggling to modernize economically. To own this coin is to own a tangible piece of that struggle, to hold in your hands the echoes of a nation's determination to redefine itself. That cultural weight adds another dimension to its value. Not just financial, but historical and emotional. Condition, rarity, and demand are the three pillars of any coin's value, and in the case of the 1957 5 pesetas, all three align to perfection. The surviving coins in pristine condition are vanishingly rare. Collectors worldwide compete to add them to their vaults. And as demand continues to grow, especially among new generations of enthusiasts, the coin's price climbs to levels no one could have imagined decades ago. Even coins with errors or unusual strikes from 1957 are worth their weight in gold, sometimes literally. A misaligned die, an off-center strike, or even a faint minting defect can transform an already rare coin into an ultra-rare treasure. For these special specimens, the bidding wars among collectors can drive the price into truly unimaginable millions. Interestingly, even those coins that are tarnished, worn, or showing their age are not dismissed by collectors. Many argue that these imperfections give the coin's soul, a living testimony to its journey through history. Some of the dirtiest-looking coins still fetch enormous sums, because their story and authenticity outweigh cosmetic flaws. Think of the 1957 5 pesetas as more than a piece of money. It is a jewel forged in history, a small round key to a fortune, and an artifact that ties its owner to one of the most complex eras in European politics. That duality, ordinary money turned into extraordinary treasure, is what makes it so mesmerizing to collectors and investors alike. And this is why, if you come across such a coin, you should never dismiss it. Never spend it at face value. Never underestimate its potential. That single piece of silver could hold the power to transform your financial destiny. To the untrained eye, it is worth 5 units of an obsolete currency. To those who know, it is worth millions. In today's world, where people chase fleeting investments and digital dreams, the 1957 5 pesetas stands as a reminder of tangible wealth, real history, and timeless beauty. It embodies not only fortune but also the pride of owning something that very few will ever touch. It is the crown jewel of Spanish mid-century coinage, a coin so rare and powerful that it can, indeed, change your fortune overnight. Next. The 1980 French 20 centimes coin may appear like an ordinary piece of change, a coin that once jingled in the pockets of millions across France. Yet hidden within this modest golden disc is a story of history, artistry, and the kind of rarity that can elevate it into the realm of treasures worth millions in today's collector's market. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a fortune disguised in simplicity. Let's begin with the physical details. The coin has a diameter of 23.5 millimeters, a thickness of 1.4 millimeters, and weighs approximately 4 grams. Unlike silver or gold coins of other nations, this coin was struck in aluminum bronze, giving it a distinctive golden hue and a lightweight feel. That golden shine, even though it came from a simple alloy, gave it an elegance that stood apart from other base metal coinage of its time. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the allegorical figure of Marianne, the eternal symbol of the French Republic. Her profile radiates freedom, unity, and resilience, embodying the very spirit of France. This isn't just a portrait, it's a symbol carved in metal, a reminder of liberty and justice carried in the hands of the people. To collectors, this design alone makes the coin timeless. Flip the coin, and the reverse side reveals even greater beauty. Encircling the words Liberté, Galet, Fraternité, France's national motto of liberty, equality, fraternity, is a delicately sculpted wreath of olive branches. At the heart sits the denomination 20 centimes and the date 1980, making it instantly recognizable. This artistry is what elevates the coin beyond its face value and into the category of miniature masterpieces. Now, here's where the story takes an extraordinary turn. While millions of 20 centimes circulated in France during the late 20th century, certain 1980 issues were struck with flawless precision, rare errors, or in limited quantities, making them ultra-rare today. Those select survivors, untouched by circulation, gleaming with their original luster, are now commanding unimaginable prices in the hands of passionate collectors. The magic lies in condition. A coin fresh from the mint, its golden surface shimmering without scratches, is a breathtaking sight. To the untrained eye, It looks like any other coin, but to collectors, it's a diamond in disguise. A single pristine 1980 20 centimes has been known to sell for sums that can change lives overnight, rivaling the values of coins made in precious metals. What makes this coin even more desirable is its place in French history. By 1980, the French franc was still strong, the euro not yet introduced, and the 20 centimes coin was a symbol of everyday life, used in bakeries, markets, and cafes. To hold one today is to hold a snapshot of France before the great monetary transformation. That sense of nostalgia fuels collector demand, pushing the value even higher. Rarity is also born from the unexpected. Some 1980 20 centimes coins carry minting errors, a misaligned strike, an off-center design, or a faint double image. These mistakes are actually jackpots in the eyes of collectors, each one a one-of-a-kind creation of the minting process. Such error coins can push the value from thousands to millions, a dream come true for those lucky enough to discover one. The coin's relatively small size and lightweight feel make it easy to overlook, yet this is exactly why it has the power to surprise. Imagine finding such a coin tucked away in an old jar or inherited from a relative, only to learn it's worth far more than you could have imagined. Overnight, that forgotten piece of bronze could transform into a golden ticket to fortune. Another factor fueling its rise is global demand. French coins have always fascinated international collectors, and the 1980 20 centimes is no exception. Its golden color, its symbolism, and its rarity make it stand out in auctions. Bidding wars erupt whenever a pristine specimen appears, and prices soar into realms that defy logic, sometimes even into the millions. Even tarnished or well-worn coins from 1980 are not without value. Collectors often see these as pieces with soul, carrying the fingerprints of time. But it is the uncirculated, untouched examples that carry the most unimaginable worth. These are the coins that elevate ordinary collectors into legends and turn average people into millionaires overnight. Holding a 1980 20 centimes is like holding two worlds in your hand, the humble face value it once had, and the astronomical collector's value it commands today. This duality is what makes it so thrilling. It is a coin of paradoxes, small but powerful, ordinary but extraordinary, simple but capable of changing a person's destiny in a single moment. In the broader story of coin collecting, the 1980 20 centimes represents why people fall in love with coins in the first place. It is the thrill of discovering history, the joy of beauty frozen in metal, and the ultimate dream of finding wealth where no one expects it. Every collector who seeks it knows they are chasing not just a coin but a legend. And this is why, if you ever encounter a 1980 French 20 centimes, you should treat it with reverence. Never dismiss it, never spend it casually, and never underestimate its power. That golden disc could be your passage to a fortune, your one-way ticket to overnight wealth. It is not merely money, it is a masterpiece, a relic, and a treasure that has the power to change your life forever.